Yeah, I think the payment rules, which is not the most exciting part probably of the rule book, but it is a really important part. Again, speaks to kind of that linkage across the market transactions. The payments that are made by the PAs have to be determined based on those population approaches for the population solutions anyway. So you can see kind of the connection of how the payments are tied back to the savings that are achieved. Now, that link breaks in terms of what incentives program administrators can be paying to customers, which enables kind of a more flexible way for them to be capturing potential and finding ways to engage customers. But at the end of the day, that 50% of the PA program payments need to be based on the payable savings. So it's pretty, wide boundaries there for program administrators to decide how they want to do this. But I think learning from the pilots, one of the things that's been pretty evident is that you really do need to have a transparent way of calculating what those payments are going to be down to the site level. The customer that you're interacting with obviously needs to have some record of how and why they got paid. The program administrators need to have a consistent record of how and why that payment was made. The program administrator needs to know how the aggregator was making that payment. And then of course the regulators need to know how the program administrators were making that payment. So again, if you have a sequence of this record, at the end of the day, you're going to have kind of an audit trail that syncs up nicely with how the interventions had happened. And it's not unlike deemed savings claims, wherein you know what technology was installed, you know what the incentive was paid, and then that all gets rolled up to be part of your reporting requirements, et cetera. Same principles apply here. It's just that given that there's more flexibility, you're going to have to make sure that you have that documentation. So when you come back around to evaluation activities or audits, you don't have to scramble for that information, but it'll be kind of readily available to you. And that's been kind of one of the lessons learned, I think, from the pilots, that having a system that can do that is pretty important to the transparency of the process and really making the transactions flow.
Great, thanks, Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.